All right.
Here it is.
Let's do it.
Today on Concrete Combat, 2 previous winning teams are back in the Concrete Coliseum.
We're about ready to get it going, Bo.
You better come with everything you got.
But what awaits them will push them as they've never been pushed before.
This place is a challenge.
With their backs against the wall, speed is the name of the game.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Hell yeah, I want to go.
And with time very much not on their side,
Here we go, here we go.
one team will rise above and claim our final spot in the finale face-off, and the other will be going home.
Make the plan, work the plan.
It's a race to the finish on today's episode of Concrete Combat. Welcome once again to the Concrete Coliseum. I'm your host, Brittany Goodwin. When it comes to concrete projects, time is always a major factor. Whether it's waiting out excruciating cure times or rushing to get a finish on the slab before your project sets, you are always on the clock, for better or for worse. Of course, every contractor knows the importance of getting things done quickly. But the concrete clash we'll see here today will show our competitors a whole new meaning to the term time crunch. It's win and get in as these returning champions fight for our final spot in our Las Vegas finale. This is Concrete Combat. Let's bring in our competitors. Welcoming back to the Concrete Coliseum, the winners of our post-setting challenge, Joe Bennett and Beware.
Joe Bennett Productions.
Beware, SRT, Show Ready Tex, Atlanta, Georgia. I've been working with concrete off and on about 8 years, doing new construction, storm drains, all that good stuff.
Well, I've been working with concrete on and off for about 10 years. Man, I'm ready to do this thing and head to Vegas.
And now, the winners of our Step Damage Repair Challenge, Mike Hill and David Rose.
Dave Rose, President of Rose & Son Architectural Concrete.
Mike Hill, Vice President, Rose & Son Architectural Concrete. I've been working in concrete since 1996. I graduated school in 1995, and ever since then, it's been concrete.
I started working with concrete in 1985.
Lessons from last challenge are expect the unexpected.
Competing for that Las Vegas final, I feel confident. I think we're going to win.
Combatants, welcome back to the Concrete Coliseum. Both teams have impressed so far, but we'll see if you're prepared for what just might be our most difficult challenge ever. Go ahead and remove your tarps.
Okay.
When we reveal the challenge, the first thing that goes through my head is, thank God we're doing something that we actually do.
Yeah.
Compared to our last challenge, this one's definitely more difficult, but we're gonna get it done.
As you can see, today's challenge appears to be as basic as it gets, pouring a concrete slab. But, and you knew it was coming, right? There's a twist. Today's challenge is a race to see which team can pour and finish a 6x6 L-shaped slab first. Now, getting your work done quickly will earn you bonus points, but remember, speed isn't everything. Not only will you be judged on how quickly you finish your slab, you will be judged on cost of materials used, technical proficiency, and finish quality of your work.
Man, this is going to be a tough challenge. Pretty important on what material we pick.
We're absolutely confident that we can finish this slab faster than our competitors.
Let's see what these skills are really made of today. Let's go. I was in it to win it, and I'm in it with Joe Bennett.
I hope you're ready to move, because time starts now.
Let's
do this. All right, let's go.
What's going through my head is we've got to do this very quickly and very precisely.
We gotta have technique. We gotta have mud mixed right tools, get our lines and straights.
First step is start mixing concrete.
Mix it.
Masked up, safety first.
Mask up.
What are their choices?
Let's see what they choose.
We went to the 5,000 strength, and we thought that would give us a quicker set time and more cream for finishability.
So the reason why we chose to pick the high strength over the 5,000 is budget friendly and something that we can work with.
Introducing our judges. Mike Day of Day's Concrete Floors, Sean McCormick, General Manager for SGS TEC Services, and Dirk Tharp, our Sakrete concrete expert.
over here, Beware is going ahead and wetting his. You like that, don't you? That's a smart move.
Trying to keep it from sticking to the forms.
How you looking, dog?
We're about ready to get it going, Bo.
All right, juice it up. Let's go.
Where's that lid?
Right to your right. Right there, you got it.
Yeah.
As I start mixing the concrete, the dry material into the mixer, it head packed. And all the dry material goes to the back of the mixer, and that's because I didn't put enough water in there and basically lubricate the mixture up enough because I was in such a freaking rush. I just thinking mix concrete, mix concrete, mix concrete.
What she look like? What's she looking like? Dab up?
Dab.
Now, it looks like both teams are just using a small handheld cup. Is that just to add just small amounts of water at a time?
You ever heard that saying, little dab will do ya?
Yep.
We call that a dab cup.
Ah.
So they're just letting it have a taste to adjust.
Go ahead and take that out.
Oh. Here we go. There we go.
The way concrete works is if you introduce water into the powder, what happens is then it fattens behind it and stuff starts sticking all over the drum.
That's what he's doing right there, how he's having to pull it all forward. He's having to get it off of the back of the mixer because it all packed to the rear while it was spinning.
The snags that I ran into during the challenge had to be the mud was stuck to the back of the barrel, so we had to do the whole off and on, gouge it out, set it real quick.
Dirk, if they forgot to put the water in first, can they come back from that?
Yes, they can save this batch. It's just costing them time. It is a race. Looks like we're getting close over here, guys.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so team one's already getting theirs in the barrel. Our Mike and Dave team are getting ready to do theirs.
Now, Dirk, I know that you and Sean wanted to do a slump test. What is that exactly?
Sean and I are just going to check the consistency of the mix, whether it's dry or wet, is known as slump.
Okay.
All right, we're going to head out in the field and do it.
Maybe go a little heavier, Mike, huh?
And I'm gonna dump all the headwater in right away.
Hey guys, mix looks good and tight. Sean and I are going to go ahead and check it for slump, if that's all right,
Okay.
before we start the
That'd be perfect.
competition.
Okay.
When Dirk and Sean come over to perform the slump test, I'm actually pretty comfortable because I know what a slump test is, which is a bonus. So I was eyeballing the mix as it was floating around in the mixer itself, and I knew that it was going to be a 2 or 3 inch slump.
It's a really good filling mix, guys. Okay, we're going to get out of the way, and Sean's going to give us a slow pull.
Right on a 3.
That
Perfect.
Love it. All right, guys,
Here we go.
we're going to throw it back in, and you can put it in the forms.
Thank you, sir.
All right, gentlemen, have at it.
All right, so.
All right, guys, we're going to slump you.
All right.
We're just checking the consistency or slump of your first load,
Okay.
and then you guys have at it.
Gotcha.
I'm going to remix the sample.
So when Dirk and Sean came out, I was certainly confident that I had a good mixture.
Got a pretty good consistency there, okay? This is the measure of consistency of plastic concrete. He's measuring to the bottom of that rod, and that's dead on 3.
They're good to go.
All right, guys, congratulations on starting off a good day. Have at it.
Hit those corners for me again. Now we need to start another bag. Let's start running another bag.
Gentlemen, what do we see out there?
I'm very pleased. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought they were both had very good fluid and consistent mixes between each other. They were both very similar, right at a 3-inch slump for both of them.
Great.
Did you notice the difference in the two concretes, though?
Oh, yes, you can see the difference when I was moving it around to put the rod in there. There was a definite difference that this one was a little bit more denser.
But for the record, both guys are off to a good start.
So we start pouring the concrete, and everything's going great, but I'm a little concerned on getting the material in quick enough.
I was a little slow on my batching to start because I had packed the first few loads. and we went through head packing, but what that means is all the dry stuff sticks to the back of the mixer drum. And I physically had to go in there with, you know, a margin trowel and peel that off of the back, reconstitute it with water, get it to mix up. So, you know, that was my fault, but once we got that straight, we started flying.
Mike and David got about 3 wheelbarrows full into their form, where Joe and Beware working off of 1.
They're having trouble getting their second mix. They're still introducing the water at the back end and not at the front end, so it's costing them time. That's why they haven't gotten out their second wheelbarrow up to this point.
Yeah.
But they're on their 4th wheelbarrow over here.
It's actually really nice and creamy, isn't it?
It's good mix, yeah.
Yep.
All right, Mike and Dave are adding another load of their 5,000. Good and dry. See how that comes out and breaks?
Come on, baby.
There is a lot more hustle with Mike and Dave, but it's not just because it's a race. They're using a much hotter mix, the 5,000 mix. So finishing time, they've got to go faster because it'll set on them.
While it is a race, with Joe and Beware, they're not in so much of a rush to have to get it down.
They aren't going to be harmed by their set.
Understood.
Whereas these guys make a mistake, it's going to eat their lunch.
When I realized that we were behind, they were almost 3/4 of the way finished. That was pretty much like the first time I was so focused on what we were doing. So when I finally looked over at them and they would start shrimming, I was like, uh-oh, we got a ways to go. Really got to step our game up. If we don't do it now, it's going to be a wrap. Like, let's go. That's when we hit the turbo boost.
Yeah.
We got a ways to go.
Hold the barrel. Hold the barrel.
So we're going to start slumping from this side. We got enough meat over here.
Okay, yeah.
You've mixed like how many bags?
However many they give me.
These guys are getting caught up though now. I mean,
They're getting caught up.
They get that floated out. They're going to be almost at the same point here.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
These guys are having a mixed place. So they're both in very respectable spots for the challenge we've given them.
Yeah, for only 2 people doing it all, like you're saying. Usually you have 4 to 6 people to do a little bit of a placement, where here we only have 2.
Well, even teamwork-wise, we've seen where, you know, Mike's been working the mixer, David's been working with the slab. They just seem to have a really good technique, where we're kind of seeing with Joe and Beware, they're both kind of tackling the same things and not getting as much done.
Yeah, it's like they've earned the T-shirt. Work smart.
Lift straight up and out, because you're in the gravel now.
How you doing, Mike?
I'm coming.
Yeah, I like how Dave's getting this screeded off. I mean, I can tell he really knows what he's doing. He's been doing this a long time.
That's old school right there.
Yeah, and you came back and adding a little up the top for when they come back to trowel it.
Filling in the void,
Yeah.
from screeding.
And yeah,
That's a step that's so crucial. Over here, we've got forward motion, we have forward progress.
One minute,
Watch
Dave.
my side, I watch your side. So you can see.
As far as the race, whoever places first has a big advantage, because obviously it's not over till it's over, and the whole thing has to set. Yeah, everything in finishing it's like a dance. It's all got its place.
Cool. That's all you need?
Yeah.
That's a lot to move right there, fella. Let's bring some down.
They have mixed and poured, mixed and poured. They've reached the end of their forms. They're meticulous. You'll notice they're screeding. Now they're gonna get every little bit, make sure it's dead dog where you want it before they start putting the waste away.
It made me feel a little bit at ease because I
Little
knew
bit at
that
ease.
we were ahead in the race section of it.
Plus, I think that we used the 5,000 mix,
Correct.
they used the 4,000, so that was another plus for
So
us.
that was another plus for us. We knew it was going to set up quicker, and we knew it was going to be a little bit
But,
more finishing.
but with concrete, you just never know, so you got to stay on your game.
Coming in the corner, Bubba.
I was just say, Beware and Joe just dumped another load. They're picking up steam, going into their corner.
Time-wise, they'll be a little behind,
Yeah, a little
but
bit.
overall look, I think they might, might have some chances to catch up just with the presentation and with that top finish.
Now, it looks like Dave over here is just about finished up with what he's doing. He's just about to where he can let that sit and set.
Here we go, here we go. Good dry consistency. They're not panicking and making wetter loads. Hats off to that.
Just sit on it, right here.
Now, what we're seeing, they've got a really smooth surface, but we have not seen them do that broom finish.
So right now, this is still a little too wet to broom. We've got to let that set up or dry. And then when it gets to a certain consistency, a certain firmness, then you can start with the finishing process.
All right. Well, now we get to wait a little bit, so we had a minute to look over at our competitors, and I felt pretty good.
So in our last challenge, we felt really confident. The other guys were ahead of us, but we were in the tortoise and the hare thing. I looked down around those guys and was sitting on those buckets, and I said, Joe, we got to really pump this up, bro. If not, Vegas is out.
Oh, yeah. Pump it while you come over.
You good, Joe?
Yeah.
Let's call it.
Set it. Let it set, buddy. Good job.
All right, challengers. You have now completed the first leg of your slab pour race. We've taken note of your time, of the materials used. We're gonna let these cure for a bit, then come back to begin that second leg. Great work, guys.
All right.
All right, competitors. We've given your slabs some time to dry, and now it's time to begin the second leg of our race. Time for the competition to restart now.
Waiting for that bleed water to evaporate is nerve-wracking. I mean, there was nothing we could do.
Yeah, it's good. Cream, plenty of cream in there.
Joe, Beware.
Hey.
What's next for you guys?
Well, she's still a little wet, so we're giving it some more time. Just gonna watch it settle a little bit more.
All right, well, hopefully time's on your side.
The material that they use is playing a factor in this time of setting.
Definitely, agreed.
So they used that string line to create the marks for the joint, and now they're going in and creating these actual
And then
joints.
they're going to use their tool to guide how far beside it to set it down, and so the airspace is correct to get that center right on that line they snapped. You notice how they're floating again, getting rid of their indentations, and they're using the float so that it stays open to keep letting that bleed water out.
How you doing over there, B?
Well, we're about to get in it.
Edge and cut, edge cutting rules.
Edge and cut.
What you want to go for?
Are you cleaning house a little bit?
Yeah, I'm cleaning house. I never do that.
Here. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, how about it?
So as far as finishing, if we're talking finishing here, these guys are doing exactly what they're supposed to. They got their initial cuts in for the edges and the joints. And the joint really, to me, it serves two purposes. Number one, it's going to give that slab a place to crack when it does shrink.
Where you hope it cracks correctly.
Because as this is drying, it's shrinking, which is creating stress.
The whole key is they've already broke the surface, so they got their tracks ready when it does tighten up. The only thing guaranteed in concrete is what?
It will crack.
Exactly.
Dirk, I noticed you guys were noticing something here on Joe and Beware's team. What's going on?
I personally wouldn't be troweling right now. I would still be using the mag float because they only just now cut their first joint. It's way too early.
Mike, David, seems like you guys have been waiting a little while. How's it looking?
Next step is we're gonna go ahead and rejoin it, to open a joint up, run our edger around it, trowel it, and get ready to broom.
Great. Think we're about there?
I think we're there.
All right, sounds good. Joe, beware. How are things looking on your side?
We're still a little wet, but we got to catch up.
Great. Maybe this is your chance to make up some time.
Let's do it.
Good luck, guys.
All right.
Yeah, that bleed water was making me feel nervous.
Must be anything over here. No, I'm just saying.
How we looking, B?
Yeah, I'm just gonna float it this way. We're gonna brush it. So.
Now, one of the things we talked about in the criteria for judging is going to be their finish quality. And is that the smoothness on top that we're looking for, a nice smooth surface?
Well, I think we're looking for a broom finish surface, so it's got a little texture and it's not going to be that slippery.
The broom finish is key because it's non-slip. You never slick concrete outside, you'll break your neck. The broom is very important in this scenario.
All right, Mike, I think we're ready to broom it. I think it's ready.
How about it?
See how the first stroke goes? You good with that, Mike?
It's pretty clean.
He's getting the grit that hung to it, flicking on the ground, so he's getting a nice, it's kind of like a clean brush now.
Yeah, you want to get that paste out of those bristles.
And you notice he's putting no pressure on. He's got to just barely dent it. And that's that planning of the non-slip pattern.
I think it's a wrap.
All right.
Great job, brother.
Good job.
Mike and David, first
Done.
ones to finish.
Absolutely.
Great. Great work, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Joe, beware. Mike and David have officially finished their project.
Okay.
How are you guys looking?
I think we're there.
Yeah, we're gonna close it on out.
We're gonna finish it up.
All right, let's get those last steps in, guys. Time is still ticking.
Yeah.
You guys got to hurry up.
You gotta hurry up, man. Vegas on the line. We're there.
Vegas on the line. Oh man, the broom finish for me was just like the last stroke of the artwork, you know. I just had to make sure I had a nice, smooth consistency. So I just got that flow with that, and it felt really good. And I said, okay, well, this is the grand finale.
Yeah. They know what they're doing.
Clean it up.
Looks clean. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, from here it doesn't look too bad. We'll see when we go up for a close-up, just what it looks like.
He has the stance of a man that knows his way around a pool table.
A ball caught the pocket.
Thank you, Mike.
Let it ride. Tighten the last
Is
pass.
that
We
just about the meatballs in the SpaghettiOs?
Pull that thing on it real quick. Hands up. We're good. All right. Ah! Give me something. Give me something.
Yeah.
Good work.
Good job, guys.
Good job,
Good work,
guys.
guys.
Mud to the
My
mud.
man.
To the mud.
Good
To
job.
the mud.
Good job,
To
B,
the
man.
mud.
Good job,
brother. Good job.
Appreciate you, John.
Good job.
Great job, challengers, and congratulations on finishing your race. We're gonna let your projects cure one last time before we begin our judging process.
Yeah, I looked down at the finished product and I feel I liked what we had.
I felt good. I saw a couple of flaws in there, but you know, I shoot for perfection.
I felt great. I thought we did a great job. I mean, any concrete job, you could walk through it and nitpick it, but there was very few. I thought it was pretty good.
You know, if I look at the Mona Lisa from 2 inches away, I find problems with it. But looking at our concrete from, 4 feet above, it looks pretty damn perfect to me.
Yeah.
Combatants, the judges will now step into the field to review your work. Judges, we'll start here. Team David and Mike.
As the judges are approaching our slab, I'm feeling very confident. I mean, I'm looking down it. I don't see where they could ding us at all. I'm feeling super confident.
So judges, what are your thoughts?
So Mike and Dave, being a finisher like yourselves, what I really appreciate about what you guys did was the detail you put into the finishing process. From what I can see right here, it looks really nice. How did it feel to you as far as finishing?
It was pretty easy to finish. It was a good creamy mix. I mean, we didn't have to overwork anything. It laid down pretty good.
Yeah, and I noticed you guys had chosen the 5,000 PSI mix. What made you all choose that one?
It's a race.
It was a race, and we figured it would set up quicker and give us maybe a little bit more cream, more workability.
So you guys picked that 5,000 because it's a race, you know it's a hotter mix. So the real question is, how did it behave for you?
No, it was actually really very user-friendly. We didn't have any problems with it at all.
Handled beautifully.
Yeah.
Didn't have any issues.
It really looks like it. Great job, guys.
Thank you.
from what I
Thank
can
you.
David, Mike, congratulations on finishing first and on a wonderful finished product. We're gonna head over and check out the work of Joe and Beware.
Thank you,
Brittany.
Thanks,
you very
guys.
much.
Thanks,
you, guys. I think the judge's overall review was very accurate. I mean, you know, basically their comment was it was pretty flawless and hard to beat. If we can't produce that flawlessly, we don't deserve to be here.
When the judges come over to review our slab, I'm feeling really confident. I shoot for perfection, and I did myself personally see a couple of flaws. I was like, well, maybe they just don't see that. But I felt really good about it. I really did.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Joe and Beware. Hey. Great job. You guys worked really hard. How was it mixing all those bags to pour slab like this?
It was decent. We overpoured one or two of them. We had to make up, the difference. That's why I think we got a little wet sometimes, and sometimes we just did a little overwork and not making excuses. But
Well, do y'all feel like you made the right choice in picking the high-strength concrete mix for this job?
Yes, I do. I think it's plenty strong enough, and I think it saved us a lot of money.
You saved money, you got that, but one of the things you pointed out, Beware, you said you guys in that mixing process, you ended up getting some wetter and maybe some drier.
Yeah, you said we had to dig under the travel.
Yeah, and so do you think that caused some of this, like different spot sets on you?
Yeah.
It's tough to battle that.
I know.
Yeah.
Cosmetics, well, that's detail.
Well, thank you for working so hard, guys.
Appreciate you.
Looks good.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Joe, Beware, really great work today. And to both teams, you guys put up a really great fight.
Thanks.
We're gonna have you now step out of the Coliseum as the judges deliberate, and we'll call you back in shortly.
I was pretty pleased with the critique of our work. They gave us, some great input on what we did wrong, what we did right, and overall, we were shooting for perfection.
The judge's review of our competitors' work was, again, pretty accurate.
Our last competition, that was tough. I was nervous on that one. Heading into deliberation today, I felt super confident. I thought we did a dynamite job.
All right, so judges, we have a clear winner of the race portion of this challenge, but obviously there are several other technical things to take into consideration. So how did both teams fare?
Like you said, taking the race aspect out of it, Joe and Beware clearly saved their client some major money on their bottom line.
I agree with you on the money part, but all the technical mistakes that they made while doing the concrete, like the joint in the middle and all that, will cause long-term durability issues for this.
Now, Dirk, Sean, early on in the race, you two went out into the field to perform a slump test. What were the results of that?
Based off the slump test, both teams used the correct amount of water to get the proper consistency for the mixed sign.
You're right, Sean. In the beginning, the slumps were tight on both sides, but boy, did that come off the rail. We saw all kinds of different slumps over here as experienced by the wet and dry textures in different pieces of that concrete.
Just like we saw in their first challenge, Joe and Beware worked really hard, and they worked really well together as a team. And what I can appreciate about the product they choose, it was a little bit less expensive product, and budget, like you said, is very important to the consumer. But, if I look over here to Mike and Dave, that's a textbook finish right there. The whole process was textbook to me.
Mike, all of us definitely feel the same way about Mike and Dave's slab. Joe and Beware, they got on it too soon, and frankly, it needed another hour before you even broomed it.
Well, this is all great feedback across the board. It sounds like we're ready to make a decision. Let's call in our competitors.
All right. Let's see what's happening, Mike.
Here it is.
Let's do it.
Challengers, welcome back, and congratulations on a hard-fought race.
Thank you.
The judges have deliberated. Before we deliver our verdict, a reminder of the 4 criteria on which your projects were judged. Speed, how quickly did you finish your slabs? Was a race, after all. Cost, what was the overall cost of your project in the real world? Technical proficiency. Did you achieve proper slump during the mixing process? And finish quality. How good does your slab look? And how will it hold up over time?
As I was standing up there, waiting on the judge's decision, I still had the butterflies and the nervous stomach.
When I'm waiting for the judge's decision, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good, and I know that we both gave our best. I'm feeling very confident because we made it through all the other competitors. This is all we need to do is make it to the grand finale. So anything that's left after that, we should already have accomplished.
Heading into deliberation, I'm feeling 100% confident.
Our last competition, that was tough. I was nervous on that one.
With all of these things considered, the judges have reached a decision. And the winner is... Mike and David.
Heck yes.
Thanks, baby.
Good job.
To be winners, I mean, this is what we do.
That's what we do. I mean,
It's freaking validation, man.
Yeah, we deserve it. I mean, we're good at what we do. We're perfectionists. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that nobody's going to beat me. I'm not going to lose.
Vegas is just another place, just another concrete pour.
David, Mike, great work and congratulations. Joe, beware. Just like during the post-setting competition, you guys worked so well, worked hard, worked great together as a team. But ultimately, Mike and David just put together a really flawless product that would have been hard for anyone to beat.
When we caught the L on that one, the loss, we'll shoot for them again next year. You know, that's what we do.
We wish you guys the best of luck and thank you for being here with us on Concrete Combat.
Thank you. I've been doing this all my life. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, and you better come with everything you got.
I'm just excited about what the next challenge is.
Bring it on. We can do it.
Thanks for watching Concrete Combat. We'll see you at the finals in Las Vegas.
Absolutely. Good job, guys.
Good job, guys. Well done.
Yeah.